Our Mom and the Monster. We were sitting down having supper, but it was still light, because this happened in August. Suddenly, we heard some banging and really loud shouting. Then there was something like elephant hoofbeats. Then the fence broke and into our garden rushed a strange animal which was almost as big as a house. It ran up and flattened itself against the wall as though it was trying to hide. Then it thrust its massive tortoise-like head through the open kitchen window and rested it on the table. All the time it was shaking with fear. It had good reason to be afraid, because a gang of people with big sticks, clubs, and stones was after it. "Dragon! Dragon!" they screamed. "Kill it! Shoot it!" In among the crowd was a nature studies teacher, pulling sticks out of people's hands and trying to explain something. Hardly anyone was paying any attention to him. A big boy was aiming a stone right at the head of the poor, frightened animal. "Mom, is it a prehistoric reptile?" whispered my oldest brother. "Mom, don't let them kill it!" screamed my youngest brother. Our mom ran out onto the porch. It turned out that when need be, our mom could yell louder than the largest megaphone. "Bullies, the lot of you!" shouted our mom. "Want to kill it, do you? What harm has it done? Haven't you heard about nature conservation? This is nature. Leave it alone. Anyway, this is my garden, and I wouldn't have you all running around it." Everybody somehow quietened down. Our nature studies teacher came to the front of the crowd. "Listen, everyone," he said. "Animals like this one, prehistoric reptiles, lived on Earth a long, long time ago. They were called dinosaurs. They ate plants and didn't do any harm. A long time ago, they became extinct, so there are none left now. I have no idea how this one miraculously appeared in our town, but since it is here, we must make sure it survives. It needs to be examined by scientists. A live dinosaur! Such a thing only happens once every 100,000 years. I'm off to phone Warsaw." By the time our teacher had finished speaking, there was hardly anyone left in the garden. They had all gone home in shame. Our teacher ran off to phone from the post office. Our mom was standing at the window feeding the dinosaur lettuce. "You poor thing," she was saying, "you are still shaking. Don't be afraid. We won't let anyone hurt you." It ate its 117th head of lettuce and blinked its small, good-natured eyes at Mom. It lived with us for 3 days. Mom called it Jakey. Jakey was very quiet, but he ate an awful lot. If all the children from our road hadn't kept bringing him grass and leaves, we would have quickly run out of food for him. "Aren't you overdoing it, rather, Molly?" said Dad when he got home. "You've pulled up all the lettuce in the garden for that animal." "Oh, it doesn't matter," said Mom. "Such a thing only happens once every 100,000 years. We'll manage without lettuce." On the fourth day, a huge lorry pulled up in front of our house to take Jakey to a special enclosure that had been made ready for him at the zoo. We were sorry, but we knew it would be better for him. But Jakey obviously thought otherwise. He wouldn't let himself be loaded onto the lorry. He only got in when our mom called him. Then the scientists asked Mom to accompany Jakey, so he wouldn't get upset by the journey. So Mom went. She came back the next day and told us that in his new home Jakey had plenty of space to walk about and more than enough food. Except he wasn't called Jakey anymore, only the McLeeton dinosaur. Because our town is called McLeeton, and that's where he comes from. Czytała Ewa Omiecina.